sparkling wines are not champagne, but all champagnes are sparkling wines. The important thing to remember is that Champagne is actually a place in France, and they have very special chalky soils that make the wines from that place distinctive. So any other sparkling wine from any place in the world really shouldn't be called champagne. There's a process that they use called the méthode champenoise, and in other areas it's called the traditional method. What they do is they actually make a regular old still wine, and then they add a little bit of sugar and a little bit of yeast back to that wine. They put a capsule on it, and then they put it away for a while. And over time, the yeast eats the sugar that's in the wine, it ferments, and creates little bubbles, so that when you open it, the wine is sparkling. The problem, though, is that you do have yeast in the bottle still. So each individual bottle of champagne that's made in this method has to have that yeast removed. So what they do is they take the bottle and they put it in a rack, and they turn it and twist it. And over time, with each little turn and twist over many, many months, you end up with all of the sediment, all of the yeast on top of the cork. They bring it upright, expel the yeast, and then cork the bottle. You can imagine that this is an incredibly time-consuming process. So there are other ways to make sparkling wines. The very least expensive sparkling wines are made by carbonation. But as you can imagine, a carbonated wine really doesn't have quite as much finesse and beauty and delicacy as a traditional method sparkling wine. Wines from other places, for example, Cava is done in the traditional method, same way as champagne. But it comes from Spain, and so they don't use the same grape varieties. Usually, sparkling wines don't have any color. But if you want to create a pink champagne, you can add a little bit of Pinot Noir juice that's red, or allow a little time of contact with the skins. And so it makes it this beautiful, beautiful pink color. Here's a Blanc de Blanc. What's great about Blanc de Blanc is it's 100% Chardonnay, so it's very, very clean in flavor, very bright. There's another style of champagne called Blanc de Noir, which means white of reds. So again, that's made from only the red varieties. It tends to be a little bit richer and more concentrated. This is a Prosecco. It's a great wine when you don't have quite as much money to spend on a sparkling wine. It's dry, it's crisp, it's fresh. So I hope that explains a little bit about champagne. One great thing is if you can't finish the bottle, you can always stop it up with a champagne stopper and go back to it. For more information on wines, join us at epicurious.com.